Welcome back to the session. This is Sam, and we're talking about project management, professional certification training, and we are imparting knowledge on different knowledge areas and topics, areas of concern to help professionals learn and get certified and also get knowledge on what these areas are. So we've talked different topics in different sessions, and today in this brief session I will be discussing with you about communications. Now, communications, very simple, right? Looks an easy word. Any fool can tell you what is communication, right? But the challenge is that how do you communicate in projects, right? What is good communication? What is effective communication? Friends, the reality is that in projects about 35 to 40% projects fail due to poor communication. Nobody knew what was supposed to be done. Everybody was there. Things were not clarified. Everything went off the hook and we didn't know what to do. Whenever you sense something like this, there is a problem of communication because you won't see anything. Everything is physically there. The structure is there. The resources are there. The hardware is there. The software is there. The technology is there. The mindset is there. But what is missing is a free flow of right information being available at the right time, at the right place, for the right stakeholder. So communications management is that area where we learn how to really create a structure and systematize communications for our projects. So in communications management, friends, of course we start with thinking about what's our plan, right? What is a good communication? So we say we need to have a plan. How are we going to communicate, right? Let's first analyze what is our requirements for communications. Then once we analyze, we'll say, you know what technology we will use. We will use phone or Wikipedia or Cisco telepresence system for web conferencing, or we'll have a speaker phone for communicating. How would we communicate with our team members? How would we communicate with our stakeholders? Right? Again, stakeholders could be a sponsor, a customer, right? So you cannot give every information to everybody. So having an understanding around that is a very important aspect of project management, and a good PMP certified project manager is expected to have that knowledge. So what we're saying is analyze the need for communications, decide the technology and a method of communicating. Now you can either go to the person and talk face to face, which is considered very powerful, or you can just send out emails, push communication, or put things on the intranet and let the user pull out the information they need. So there are different methods you can use to communicate. And then communication follows a model, right? What is a model? This was given by Shannon and Weaver. That there's a sender of information, there's a receiver of information, there's a medium, phone. You use that and you send a message through this medium. So the sender has an idea, and that idea is encoded into a message, and then receiver gets the idea, it is decoded back into its own perception, right? So, and then same process repeats and gives a feedback. Now on all this you will see there's always a noise, right? Noise could be in the medium, noise could be in the way I'm talking right now as a speaker, noise could be AT&T signal is bad, like in the building where I am right now. This is Tech Mart, Santa Clara, the hub of the Silicon Valley, but the signal here in this room gets very weak. So that's a noise in communication. So friends, that is a communication model. And how do you analyze? So there's a formula here, depending on how many users you have. So if you have 3 users or 3 team members, for everybody to communicate with everybody else, 3 3 minus 1 divided by 2. So you get 3. 1, 2, 3. So what is the need for communications? So friends, this is the plan that you make. You say, I'm going to plan my communications based on this need. I will decide the technology, I will decide the model, the method, the need for requirements analysis, and then have a meeting and get everybody together, the experts, and then talk about what is to be communicated. Who should get what report? A good communication, a good project manager is a good listener, not just a talker. A good listener who can listen, who can understand the other person's world. Summarizing, recapping, repeating. So if I'm able to correctly communicate with you, this is what I said. Can you repeat what you understood? It's a way of making communication more effective. No communication can be 100%, but the more we engage, we understand, the better is the output we can get. So friends, once you're done with this, then you go about getting a plan, a communications management plan. I have the plan ready, so then you go about managing communications. Now, how do you manage communications? Well, you make sure that the structure that you have put in place, everybody is following it. The team is communicating based on the requirements that were given, based on the technology that you've used, based on the model that you're adopting, and you report the performance of the project to the stakeholders by making the data available to them. You take care of all these needs. If you have a system, nowadays companies use a lot of extensive ERP systems, so you use those ERP systems to communicate, right? So information management systems, if you're using, so all that you look here, right? An information management system. A reporting system. Other than the technology, method and model that you will use, you're using different techniques, tools and techniques to make sure that the stakeholders are getting their reports on time. If you don't, they will be in trouble. So make sure that the information is communicated to them on time and they're able to get the required information put across. So that is very, very important, friends. And lastly, what you do here is, once you got everything ready, then you go and control the communications. Right? So this is a part of monitoring and controlling. So you have the information management systems that we just discussed. You have a meeting, and you talk to the experts, subject matter experts, right? Who will tell you what's going on, right? Get their knowledge, stakeholders' important knowledge. Find out if they did not get anything that were supposed to be reported. So you'll have the work performance data as an input, and you will get work performance information, which you will then use as an output to manage the communications. So friends, these are the 3 processes at a high level that we have in managing communications in projects and making projects successful. With that, thank you very much for listening to this session.